my photographing adventurers, and welcome to another editing video. My name is Alexandra and I run a blog called The Bucket List Mermaid, and it is my goal to help you live adventurously through your lens. Now, I'm a complete editing nerd, and this one's gonna be a little hard for me because I'm going to be editing this balloon photo that I got at the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta, but I'm going to be editing it subtly because it doesn't need much. So stay tuned, and we're gonna be talking about how to edit photos in Lightroom that don't require a lot of edits, which can be harder than photos that are very stylized. Let's get started. Okay, now let's start off with the basics. I basically shot this with an EOS 5D Mark IV, and I was using a telephoto lens. I was using a 100 to 400 millimeter lens. This was very important. This is how I got the compression on the moon and why the moon looks so big. I mean, it was a super moon, but you know, you get the idea. Anyway, the focal length was 400 millimeters. The shutter speed was 1/320th of a second. The aperture was 7.1, and then the ISO was 125. So that is how I got this photo right here. The first thing that I am going to do here is I am going to crop it because, you know, I think I was going for the thirds thing, but it just didn't work. And I'm going to do something a little intentional. I'm actually going to not put it on a third. I know everyone's like, oh, yeah, rule of thirds. But you know what? Sometimes we have to break them intentionally. I think I'm going to make this a square photo. I could make it, you know, a nice like vertical photo, but I don't know. I just kind of like it a little bit more compressed in there. I'm going to make it a square. Okay, great. I do like it. Wait, hold on. I think I need it to be like exactly center. Yeah, we're breaking all the rules here in photography, but that's why we do it, is just because, you know, we can sometimes. The rule of thirds is a rule, not a law, and rules are meant to be broken sometimes. So anyway, next thing I'm going to do, I could do this. I did shoot this in RAW. So if I did landscape, it would kind of look like that. That honestly is kind of too much for me. So I think let's try adaptive color. Oh, don't like that either. Okay, cool. So let's just go, you know, we're just going to do it how it is. Honestly, I just really like this photo as it is. So this is why we're doing this. So let's go to the white balance. I'm going to select, ooh, okay. Yeah, I think I like that. I might add just a little bit more blue into it. Very, very small, minuscule touches here. I think where it's really going to shine is actually in the color mixer. First, I am going to go up to the light, and I'm just going to look at this histogram up here. Looks pretty good in the middle. You know, we're not blowing out any highlights or, you know, having some deep shadows. And with these, I'm literally just going to go I'm just gonna like float the cursor just right here in the middle, and I'm just gonna kind of see what I like. See, like I like it with a little bit more contrast, but as I said, we are trying to go for subtle and natural here, not blown out and stylized. So the highlights, okay, I might bring down the highlights just a little bit, but I'm going to stay in this middle region because I want it to be very natural. Okay, the whites, I don't even, yeah, maybe I'll put it there, and then the blacks. Okay, I think I like it more to the left, so I'm going to put it right there. Again, staying towards the middle. With the S-curve, I might do like very, very slightly, but nothing too crazy. Okay, so we changed the blue hue just a little bit. That's why I said this color mixer is going to be where the magic happens. This is where you are going to make your photo seem consistent. So with me, I tend to like my my skies more naturally blue, maybe a little bit more towards purple. I don't go towards the teal skies for some reason. So I might put it just a little bit more towards purple because all the adjustments that I made up here kind of made this sky a little, see, I like that. So we just kind of muted it just a little tiny bit. And then I also noticed these reds. So maybe I'll enhance the reds just a little bit. I like where the reds are sitting, so I might keep it there. And then I also noticed that we've got some golds here, so I might just enhance it just a little bit. I'm not even touching the vibrance or the saturation here. Like, it's not even a thing. Okay, I really do like where the hues are. And again, we are staying pretty natural to where it was. I'm just enhancing it just a little bit. Now, for the color grading, we could do it. I think maybe I'll do just like a little bit in the blues. And then for the highlights, I might go a little bit in the orange. I always try to do the opposites, like the color wheel, and that just makes my photos a little bit more balanced. And again, I'm going to look at it. Okay, and I think I'm going to leave the midtones alone because, again, we're not going for a stylized edit. We are just going for just a little tiny boost. So with the effects, this is where we can have a little bit more fun. I might bring up the texture, bring up the clarity just a little bit. And then let's see what dehaze does. Yeah, no, I don't really like it. So I think I'm just going to keep it, maybe even like turn it, yeah, maybe like -4. Because I just, yeah, as I said, I think the dehaze is too much. Now, the vignette I am going to do. My magic number is always -11, just because it is in the middle. I mean, yeah, look at how much that just really like draws your eye into the photo. I might actually do a little bit less. Maybe like right there, -9. So you're not like, you don't like see it, like it's not like a 90s vignette, but I think that it really does draw the, especially since I put this in the center of the photo. Okay, now I always do denoise. I'm sorry, like denoise is just like the most magical thing in Lightroom literally ever. So I'm going to apply that denoise no matter what photo it is. Sorry, not sorry. Then I might just add just a little bit of sharpening to it. Let's see if we enable the lens corrections. I don't think I like it. Okay, so I think this is good. I might go in and I might slightly... See, my problem here is that it might add some weird stuff with the moon. Okay, that's not too bad. I might just go in. These are literally like micro adjustments, like maybe add some contrast, bring down the highlights slightly, but I just want to make sure that I'm not making this moon look weird. It wasn't a full moon, it was close. Okay, ooh, okay, I think I like the whites down. That brings out more of the contrast in the moon. And then I might just sharpen it a little bit, maybe give it some texture. We sharpen it slightly. Okay, let's take a look at that. And then this is looking a little too stylized from the original, and it's also looking a little bit teal. So I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to add just a little bit more purple into here. Yeah, and then for the blues, I might just, in the saturation, just a little bit. There are some highlights here, so I'm going to just bring them down maybe a little bit more because it's looking a little shiny to me. But yeah, I think we're definitely getting somewhere. I think masking is done. I don't want to really mess with it too much. So I think that this photo honestly is pretty good as it is. The only thing that I am going to do now is I'm going to save it. Okay, and then I am going to open up, this is my Topaz AI. Basically, it's just AI sharpening for this image. And I just really want these moon details to stand out and also the people in the balloon. So if we really like zoom in here, like specifically to these people, doesn't look that much better, but trust me, like it makes such a difference. Another example, like look at that, like the difference between that and that. So I will always put my photos through here and just really just sharpen it all, maybe denoise it again. I just want a very crisp and lovely image in case anyone decides to print it out and blow it up. I just want it to be very high resolution so that if they do put it on their wall, it will not look weird. Okay, so this right here is the final image, and then I'm going to show you the before and the after. What do you think? Do you think this was too much? Do you think that this was okay for a subtle edit? I really didn't make that many changes to this photo because I thought that it was good as it is. So yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts on how you would edit this. If you do like this photo, just let me know in the comments. And thank you guys so much for peeking into my brain with this editing. Again, thank you guys so much, and happy photographing. Happy photographing? Is that a word? Happy photographing. Oh my gosh. Wow, the brain is just not braining right now. Happy photographing. Do I speak English? I actually don't think I do. Happy photographing and happy adventuring.